Hey guys, and welcome back to A Dash of Prose. As you know, on this channel we connect with authors and discuss not just their books, but also what inspires them to write and publish. Our guest today is Eshaan Sombhatta, who is based in the USA and a student of grade 7. All of 12 years, Eshaan has written a wonderful travel book called Travel with Eshaan: How I Visited 50 Countries Before I Turned 10. It's a humongous book with over 500 pages describing many fun adventures that he gathered during his different travels to places. It is available in the Kindle format like this one, and the link to buy the book, as always, is provided in the description box down below. Traveling and seeing new places is a great hobby, and I'm sure after watching this interview with Ishan, you would want to pack your bags and hit the road at the earliest. And now, enough talking, let's roll the interview. Hi Ishan, welcome to A Dash of Prose. Starting off with, so obviously you're so young and you're already such a great author. So firstly, I would like to congratulate you. How does it feel like holding the book in your own hands, like seeing a published version of your book?
Yeah, it's like I feel really proud because like it took me a year to write the book. So yeah, it feels really good seeing a year's work just like in my hands. It's just I'm really proud.
So how did you think of writing this book? Were there any particular inspirations?
Uh, so why I wrote this book. So I basically wanted to share my experiences about travel because it's really unique being visiting over 50 countries, and I was like inspired by the travel books like I read on the way, because they weren't geared to children, and as far as I could see, there weren't any books that any travel books geared for children. So I wanted to create something that like kids could enjoy and they could actually use for their own travels, something that would be helpful.
And I have seen that there are a lot of interesting photos in the book. So did you take the photos yourself or did you just search it up?
Yeah, we took them ourselves, my parents and myself. So I'm like learning photography, and usually I use like a Google Pixel or the iPhone to capture images, and then we edited a little, slightly just changing the brightness and stuff. And I learned how to do that on Photoshop. And many of the chapters actually sport photos that I took. Um,
All right. And so there's a very famous quote that says if you have two lifetimes, you should spend at least one lifetime in Rome. So in your book as well, you gave like a special segment just for Rome. So is that your favorite destination or what did you like about it?
Well, so I like the like grandeur of the Roman Empire. It's like the Pope was really big there. It's like it had so many Renaissance monuments and sculptures, and so it shines throughout the city. It makes it super historical. It's one of the most historical cities in the world, and like it has great culture and also ice cream. But I can't actually say it's my favorite destination because if you're comparing two destinations to each other, it's like comparing an orange to an apple. They aren't the same. Um, like for example, Morocco. Morocco is like a desert, um,
Hmm.
and it has like vibrant souks and markets. And if you compare that to Italy's like grand squares and huge palaces, it's like a completely different experience.
What makes a dream vacation for you? So would you prefer a place with like great beauty, like great places to visit, or a lot of historical sites, or do you look into like the food aspects? How do you go about it?
So, like, travel and vacation are kind of two different things. Like, so travel is more related to exploration, while vacation is more related to relaxation. So, like, in my Jamaica chapter, um, so I've actually visited more than one, like, vacation spot. So, the Maldives in Jamaica, we visited all-inclusive resorts, and but in the Jamaica chapter, I mentioned that I actually prefer the historical aspect. I like travel more
Mm-hmm.
because I like going to the roots of nations and like understanding the place. Next, like an example of my dream travel would be like to visit Egypt. Then we would be able to see the pyramids. We could go to Square. We could visit like a Coptic church. We could see the Aswan High Dam and like how that all works. We could like visit Luxor, and we could go to the Valley of Kings. All of these things, and like that's much more fruitful than just going to like some resort town like Sharm el Sheikh, and then like for a week and then just leaving. It's much better. So to answer your question, a place with a lot of historical sites and good culture would be my preference. Yeah.
So, you have mentioned a lot of your adventures in the book. Is there any one adventure that you would want to talk about that will like encourage the viewers to like get them really interested in the book?
One of the experiences, I guess, was our visit to CERN. I'm really interested in science, so we managed to get these tickets to CERN. It's like really cool because we got to see like huge like how this like the Large Hadron Collider works and how they like split the atoms. And we got to see like giant tanks of like oxygen and hydrogen, and like they were like almost I felt like they were skyscrapers.
Mhm.
And then we also got to see where the World Wide Web was like invented by Tim Berners-Lee, um, which was really cool. And then when we left, while when the tour ended, we actually came and we saw Al Gore was actually there. This was completely by chance, but we got to see a vice president, and it was amazing. Like talking to someone, like we got to talk to him, and it was just completely by chance. It's like a great example of like what travel can throw at you, I guess.
Mm. Yeah, that is a very lucky encounter. So, do you have a goal for your future travels, like visiting all the continents or going to like a certain amount of cities, or you're just going wherever it takes you?
Yeah, I don't have a goal, so yeah, basically, I just want to travel as much as possible, like whether it's like international travel or like domestic travel, like doesn't really matter. I just want to travel as much as possible because it brings so many opportunities and so much knowledge.
So, will we see another book possibly once you resume your travels to other places?
So I'll keep writing about my travels on my site, travelwitheshaan.com, which I'll try to update weekly. So after that, I'm going to be like making videos on YouTube possibly, and then I'll be posting some images on Instagram. But in the near future, I don't plan to write another travel book. Um, Later, if there's, I guess, if it'll help people, then yes, I might write a new book.
So, apart from writing, do you also read a lot?
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed reading, but like I like nonfiction more than fiction. I'm more into
Mhm.
nonfiction. My favorite fantasy author is J.K. Rowling. Like the Harry Potter series is like
Mhm.
really thought through, like every single detail
Yeah.
is considered. So, and I also admire how like smooth the dialogue is.
Do you prefer the books or the movies?
The books.
And obviously, you are now a published author. So, what advice would you give to other people that are aspiring to be authors?
So yeah, my advice for authors is like to write with passion, because like if you don't put your 100% into the book, and if you don't set up a schedule, the process will become extremely slow and painful, and it'll come to a halt. Everyone has a story to tell, but like it's having the determination and discipline to write. Like during the process of editing a book, it becomes really crucial to be like determined and passionate, because you're reading and rereading a book, and it takes a lot of effort, and like you might have to rewrite whole chapters, which becomes really painful. So just having the determination to go through the process is my number one, I guess, advice.
Ishan, thank you so much for your time. I think that's all the questions that I had for you. Thank you so much for your answers. I look forward to staying in touch with you. Yeah, I like to see where you go next.
Thank you. See you soon, I guess.
Yeah, bye bye.
If you like this video, please like and share it with your friends, and subscribe to A Dash of Prose for more videos about books and authors.